Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome back to JoyClicks. My name is Christian and today we are kicking off the official lead up to E3. E3 is less than 3 weeks away, starting with Xbox and Bethesda. Now, fully upfront, I know almost nothing about Xbox. I owned a 360 for about a month and then got rid of it. And EA Play is probably going to be terrible again. So we're going to start things off talking about Bethesda. So over the next couple weeks leading up to E3 here on JoyClicks, I'm going to be running through what I expect to see, what the rumors and speculations are for each press conference, Sunday through Tuesday. But like I said, we're starting things off with Bethesda. You can catch that Sunday, June 10th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So going into this year's E3, we got some news. We got some big talk coming from Mr. Pete Hines at DC Deacon over on Twitter. I love that guy. He said, "We have a lot to show you this year. Might be our longest E3 showcase ever. Not sure, but it's packed." I did some digging. Obviously, this could easily just be him exaggerating or talking and trying to hype the show up. But for the sake of this video, 2015, the first Bethesda E3 conference, was 1 hour and 18 minutes. We got a really deep dive with Fallout 4. The following year, 2016, was 59 minutes, and we got about 25-ish minutes dedicated to Dishonored 2. 2017, last year, gave us a 38-minute presentation with a deep dive with Wolfenstein 2 towards the back end of it. We saw a handful of new games, lots of new announcements, but it was mostly delivered in a Nintendo Direct style video package. Now, ever since the Fallout 4 reveal at E3 2015, Bethesda has had a history of releasing the games that they show and premiere at E3. Examples include Fallout 4, Dishonored 2, The Evil Within 2, Dishonored Death of the Outsider, and Wolfenstein 2. So there's a fair chance that something Bethesda shows off at their E3 presentation this year will release in the same calendar year. So today we're going to run through some of the likely options for what Bethesda is going to show to fill out their longest E3 showcase ever. To do that, I made a list of all of the studios Bethesda owns, including Arcane Studios, Escalation Studios, Machine Games, id, Tango Gameworks, ZeniMax Online Studios, and Bethesda Softworks. So first we're going to quickly run through what each studio is known for and what they're probably working on or what they have recently finished working on. Starting off with Arcane Studios, these are the people who brought us Dishonored and Prey. 2017 saw the standalone release of Dishonored 2's expansion Death of the Outsider, as well as the reboot of Prey, and 2018 is rumored to have a new expansion coming for Prey. In my opinion, it feels a bit too soon for Dishonored 3 to release in 2018, considering we just recently got that decent expansion size and Dishonored 2 just 2 years ago. Maybe we could see a tease for something new from Arcane, other than the Prey DLC that is almost definitely confirmed to be coming, because just recently the other day, new achievements showed up for Prey, and if you line them all up, it says, "If you believed they put a man on the moon." So it's not too likely we're going to see a brand new release from Arcane, but be on the lookout for something new from Prey. The track record for Escalation Studios is one of mostly Facebook and iOS games, but they did help develop the snap map for Doom, so unless Bethesda decided to suddenly trust them with a full project, we're probably not seeing anything out of them. So that gives us Machine Games. This is the team behind Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein 2 released last fall to a high critical acclaim, and it is getting a release on the Nintendo Switch later this year. Recently, Wolfenstein 2's DLC season has wrapped up. However, Wolfenstein The Old Blood was released after the very successful New Order reboot, so it's likely we could be getting a standalone DLC from Machine Games exploring any of the new characters or old characters we saw BJ interact with in the new Colossus. It's too soon to see anything close to being something about Wolfenstein 3, so maybe next year. Thanks to the recent leak, courtesy of Walmart Canada, Bethesda got a jump start on announcing their newest title from id in collaboration with the team that brought us Mad Max in 2015, and that is for Rage 2. This past week we saw a teaser for Rage 2 with the promise of more to come at E3 on the road to its 2019 release date, so that's not coming this year, but we're gonna see plenty of it this E3. It is also very well known for the massively successful reboot of Doom from 2016. It's unlikely that we'd also see Doom 2 shown off, since Rage is their main project right now, but maybe since Rage is a team endeavor, there's still a slight chance that since the assets for Doom are already well and good, the team over at id could push out Doom 2 for a 2018 release date. I wouldn't be surprised. Tango Gameworks is up next. So far they've only put out The Evil Within and The Evil Within 2 under the direction of horror mastermind Shinji Mikami. Again, last fall The Evil Within 2 released to moderate critical acclaim, and it's unlikely that a third installment would be even hinted at. However, we have yet to receive any DLC for The Evil Within 2, and the first Evil Within found great success in its DLC. It's really where it found its footing, so it would be great to show off DLC for The Evil Within 2. ZeniMax Online is responsible for The Elder Scrolls Online, and they've got a new expansion coming up this year close to E3, so they're probably going to do a recap of that expansion during the conference like last year when they briefly recapped the Morrowind expansion that came to The Elder Scrolls Online. So far it seems like the most likely route for almost every Bethesda studio is to show off DLC at this year's E3. Rage seems to be the only exception of a new game that's coming far away from now, with a long marketing campaign on the way. It's clear they're going to be getting some limelight at the showcase this year for Bethesda, and there's one studio we haven't touched on yet, and if Pete Hines is to be believed about this year being their longest show ever, I don't think it would be out of the question to see something new from Bethesda Game Studios. The last brand new release from Bethesda Game Studios was Fallout 4. Since then, we've seen re-releases of Skyrim and Fallout 4, both in VR, and the Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition, showing up on PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Currently, it's been 3 years since the release of Fallout 4, and Bethesda's RPGs tend to release within 3 to 4 years of each other, so it's not out of the question to think that we might be seeing something new from Bethesda Game Studios at this year's E3. The question of what, however, is more of a gray area. Earlier this year, in response to a Twitter user complaining about Skyrim being released again, Pete Hines stated that Bethesda Game Studios has 2 big titles to release before we finally see The Elder Scrolls 6, so that knocks that out of the picture for now. The 2 most likely options setting the internet into a frenzy are a Fallout New Vegas-like spin-off, borrowing from Fallout 4 heavily, or a brand new IP that's been rumbling around the ether for quite a while now, Starfield. Starfield is rumored to be an open-world RPG set in the style of the Elder Scrolls and Fallout games, set in the Fallout universe, except it's not on Earth, it's in space. There's all sorts of quote-unquote evidence laying around the internet for people to look into and come and think of what they will with this, but the most convincing thing I've seen is a trademark that Bethesda took and renewed in 2016, alongside a job listing for helping to create a bleeding edge RPG. So whether we end up seeing a hypothetical Fallout New Orleans or Starfield, this E3 remains to be seen, but if I were a betting man, I would say that if Bethesda's showcase is truly their longest show yet, and Rage 2 is supposedly the only new title they could push out for a show reveal this year, it's likely we could be getting the Fallout 4 treatment for a new title from Todd Howard and his entourage. Of course, we're going to be getting some new updates on things. Like I said earlier, the Wolfenstein 2 Switch port is probably going to get some time in the limelight. And very recently, on a very fake-looking leak, not really announced because it's probably fake, Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition. Fallout 3 Anniversary was on a leaked, quote-unquote leaked, again, I wouldn't trust it that much, piece of paper that detailed Nintendo's entire E3, and Fallout 3 Anniversary was listed on there. Tons of different blogs ran with it as being news. I don't know how convinced I am. It would be really cool to see Fallout 3 be ported to the current gen consoles, including the Nintendo Switch. I never got a chance to play Fallout 3. If it came to Switch, I'd probably give it another shot. I've never been huge on Fallout. I got 25-ish hours into Fallout 4. 15 of those I really enjoyed myself, and then 10 it was really painful. But having Fallout on the go is something that could entice me to give the series another shot. So what do you all think? What are you expecting from Bethesda's E3 showcase this year? Are you expecting Starfield? Do you think that's actually true? Do you think Starfield is just some mobile game? Do you think Fallout 4 is going to get more DLC? Do you think Skyrim is going to get another release in some capacity? Is it coming to mobile phones? who knows? Bethesda is in for a very interesting show this year. We really don't know what they have besides DLC for their most recent games, but if they're coming out this strong, if Pete Hines is talking his game, and he's confident and he knows what he's about, then there is a good chance we're in for a big surprise at Bethesda's E3 showcase to kick off the weekend this year. Of course, after EA Play and Microsoft. I'm excited for Microsoft, but again, I'm not an Xbox guy, so I don't know much about it. If you stuck around this far and you like what you heard, be sure to comment down below. Tell me that. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss any new info coming from JoyClicks. And with all of that being said, thank you for watching, and good vibes and good game.